right, so for those listening to the show, you understand that we have Kitty Kondo, Muncie's local artist band, new to the scene. Recently performed at Be Here Now last Friday. Had a great show, had a great turnout. 6 members, we got 4 of them here today. We got Tyler, Evan, Brandon, and Chris. Their keyboard guy. They're the man behind the chair, the man on the scene, the hype man.
I do all kinds of things. I try.
So,
jack of all trades here.
So here we're just gonna kind of do a nice little chillax interview, just kind of ask them a couple questions here. And this is also gonna be on YouTube, so you want to check out the video interview and see how ugly these guys look in person.
And in 4K too.
In 4K, we caught you in 4K. You see all the sweat glistening in this 80-degree room. So let's start out.
Let it cool down for this interview.
It did cool down. Thank God. We're gonna be asking some hard-hitting questions. But I guess kind of let's start first with I'll start off first saying like how I met you guys. I applied to almost every restaurant in Muncie, and
you got it too. You
got every job.
You got it too. Yeah,
I almost worked at every single restaurant and bar in Muncie, and eventually I ended up at B-Dubs, and somebody told me how easy it was because literally, boys, what all we do, we rang in barbecue, buffalo, and ranch.
Don't forget
no, you want honey barbecue? Same as everybody else. Cool.
There you go. Boom.
Don't forget the endless ranch.
You're so original, huh? Wow.
Yep.
Beers.
Yes. Got them.
Keep them on draft. Keep
Hey.
them
I'll give you everything but a Budweiser. So, how'd you guys all? Did you guys all meet at B-Dubs or?
Yeah.
Well,
not Evan and I. Evan and I have known each other for over 10 years.
We met in 2nd grade.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's dope.
And then we met Bevy, the bass player, in college freshman year. We were neighbors in our dorm rooms. But everybody else we all met at B-Dubs.
Oh, Ian, he's your cousin.
Yes, and Ian is my cousin. And the 3 of us have been pretty good friends for just about as long.
Awesome.
Nice, man. Awesome.
So who planted the first seed of maybe starting a band?
It's probably me. Well, I heard that Evan was either he was he was still in a band.
Yep.
And I was like, maybe he wants to get out of that. So I just went up to him and I was like, bro, you know how to make music. I want to make music. Let's make music together. And he's like, hey, my friend Brandon, who also worked there, he's like, he also wants to do music, so let's just all do something together.
That's dope. Yeah.
And then Chris and I had talked about doing music for a while.
Well, when we were doing the Tyler Mint stuff.
Yeah, we were making
Riddleman,
videos.
Tyler Mint,
Yeah,
all that.
And then occasionally when we were just in the middle of recording stuff, I'd be like, I just want to make music. Let's just make some music.
I mean, there's a man in here.
Stop.
Unreleased song coming soon. Tyler Mint.
It's never coming out.
So how'd you guys collaborate to all fill your roles as far as who's going to be on guitar, bass, drums,
Well,
singing?
I don't know how to play an instrument, so that there's not much for me there.
Well, you've always wanted to sing. You constantly sang at B-Dubs. I myself, I came into lyrics. That was my main thing starting off, and then obviously
he wrote a book.
I have
Wow.
I have a Facebook page, Explicit Thoughts, where I do poetry and stuff.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty decent for me, I think.
Yeah,
So
that's dope, man.
I kind
I'm
of
check
came
that out.
into that.
What's it called again?
So the idea was just start out with lyrics.
It's Explicit Thoughts.
Explicit Thoughts.
I'm check that out.
Yeah, check it out. And then I just realized that they needed help in other places, like keys. Obviously, we can't play all the keys, so Brandon asked me to try to learn a few things, and I did.
Nice.
So that's awesome.
Has it been pretty hard so far to learn?
Yeah, I have never done anything keys or piano-wise.
At first, he's all like, "What are keys?"
I don't even. What is this board?
What's a piano?
That's a goal of mine to learn how to play piano, but I haven't started yet. But I want to do that eventually.
It's on my list with Spanish and learning how to dance and learning how to edit.
Just do them all at the same time.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
The big thing for me is just Brandon pushed me to just learn what the keys are, and I eventually did that. I was like, oh. Obviously, there's a formula to this. I should have known from the beginning.
There's a scale, yeah.
So
like,
I started getting a lot
class.
better when I learned that. So there's probably more keys for me later on.
Nice. So, Brandon, how long have you been practicing playing guitar?
We've been playing guitar for the same amount of time. We actually got it like at the same time.
10 years or so now.
Wow.
Yeah.
We got pros here. Okay.
Yeah, we got pros in the
pretty
show.
much.
Yeah. So we've been playing music together for a while and doing a bunch of stuff like that. But then with this, our bass player had a MIDI keyboard, and I was like, well, let's throw this in, and just kind of wrote stuff. I don't really know how to play keys either. We're basically teaching ourselves, kind
You're
of.
a lot better
but
at it than I am.
He's the man on the keys. He will always be doing the main.
He invented the piano.
I don't really know what I'm doing, but
But like knowing all of the guitar knowledge that we have at this point, like it kind of helps to play keys. So
that makes
that's where
sense.
we're at.
Nice. And I'm sure, like Evan, you haven't experienced even being in a band. I mean, was most of the coaching and as far as like trying to organize things together?
Yeah, for
play a
sure.
big part in that.
Because I've performed quite a bit before, so like the performance side of things and getting everything like that wasn't new to me.
Nice.
You were with Ian too, right? Ian was also in that band.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. So we kind of had that down, but I've just been playing for so long, and I like singing too, and so I do a lot of background vocals. A lot of this, all three of us, Brandon does a lot of background vocals too.
And anybody who showed up to be here now on Friday, that was probably the biggest tragedy, is that one mic.
God.
I know.
That one mic.
People told me after the show, they were like, why didn't you just use your mic and go over there with him and sing together? And I was like, that'd have been so smart. But I completely spaced when I was just standing up there. I was like, I should have just had him use my mic.
Yeah.
You learn, you get better as time goes.
Yeah.
And like
Oh,
next,
yeah, no, if it
next
happens
time,
in the
you
next
know,
show,
yeah.
we're for sure just like buddy, like, what's up? How we doing?
Because I had to ask Chris last night. I'm like, all right, where's Evan's song? I got to hear this.
Right,
Because I
right.
felt bad. I was like, I want to hear your song specifically. I want to hear everybody who did an individual track. Did everybody have an equal amount of songs? Because I know most of them were you lead singing, Tyler, and then some people were kind of doing the chorus or doing some of the ad libs in the song. So, Evan, how many songs did you have? Anybody else have singing songs as well?
I guess where we should start with that, because Brandon and I we were writing a lot of the instrumentals ourselves, and then they came together and kind of fit the lyrics and melodies and everything in. So I think I had a total of 5, maybe 6 songs that I had the like lead part in the instrumental.
Nice.
Like I led that, and then Brandon had the other half.
Well, and then Bevy had one song, which was Pollen. And then I started
That's a
to
good
make
song.
the instrumental for Best Me. And then I was like, Brandon, what do you think of this? And he's like, it's good.
Yeah,
But it can be better. So he just, like,
It's
switched
okay
it up.
because
It was
that's
very
me.
like sporadic, like how we made it, but like we would always be like, hey, how does this sound? Like what could we change with this? But vocally coming together, it was a lot more collaborative because we were all in the same room. So it was just easier to be like, oh, try this, try that.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, like, what's you guys kind of like process? Like, how do you guys like begin to like make that song? Like, is it
Usually,
take that off the list.
usually if it's like we'll just have an instrumental in mind and be like, or like we'll just like they'll just be messing around making an instrumental. I'll hear it and just start like doing a melody to it in my head. I'll just like come up with a melody, and then from that, Chris and I will just write lyrics to that melody, to that flow.
nice?
Which you do pretty good with the melodies, man. You're really good.
Apparently,
Melody man.
according to Evan, I do it very quickly, and I'm just like, I just
it's a natural
I just
thing
do
for you.
it. I don't know, it just comes to my head. I'm
Yeah.
like, let's do
Most
that.
of our parts, it really just comes natural. It's just when it comes down to our role, and it's like, so a lot of the construction of the songs, we'll start out with like just a jam. So we get done with practice. We played our set list a few times. We're like, well, we still got a few minutes. They just start cooking something up on the guitar. They start playing. They're like, ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
What can we add?
This is a first though, because for the album, it was like Evan and I would be like, oh, let's write music just because we have time to write music. But we're like trying to write another album and another EP, and but this time, since we all have the equipment Spoiler and alert, stuff, we're
Coming soon.
each other.
Exclusive.
Well, exclusive.
So that's
it's
how-
a lot more organic.
Yeah, go ahead and tell them about your album. What's the name of it?
I got it right here. Hold on.
Well, the album, our album right now that we just released in January, right?
February.
Okay.
I
Come
know.
on.
Oh, that's right. It was Valentine's Day.
Oh, nice.
Well, around Valentine's Day. It was the 12th, right?
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, it's called Fabulo Morris. It has 12 songs, and it's a certain amount of time.
49 minutes.
49 minutes.
Not bad at all.
Like it.
I feel like there's a lot of variety to it.
Yes, it
There
is.
is. I noticed that going into it, like literally 3 songs in, they all sound different.
Yeah.
So
I was really vibing with it.
like when Eli sent a link to us yesterday, and I think Best Me was the first song I played, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, hold on, wait, I'm gonna go back and listen to everything now. And it's a good album. It's
really good, guys. Killed it. I love the intro.
There was a song that you were kind of rapping on a little bit.
It's either Pollen or Best Me. Pollen is my favorite song on the album.
I think I was fucking with it.
Oh, it's so good.
See Through might be my favorite. I think
See Through.
I like See Through.
Such a good cut.
Jealousy is my favorite. Honestly, Jealousy is one of my.
Jam.
Oh, yeah.
And how did you like the live experience versus the studio experience?
I do like this, and this is me personal bias, right? Mm-hmm. I've done Be Here Now so long as a bouncer to where I just tune out any band. I don't care if I know y'all or not. It's just me because I'm just like, all right, I'm in a crowd, live performance. I'm here, I'm drinking, I'm tired. I just got done with the podcast. I wasn't like energetic for it. And I'm mostly there to shoot you guys, to have clips to upload for you guys. So I wasn't mentally there, but the best way for me to absorb music is when I play it in the car alone.
Yeah.
Okay. And I was able to listen to the album mostly in the car while I was going on my errands today. And I'm like, I love the song 5 times more when I listen to it myself. So
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, usually because like if it's a new artist that I'm like going to see or something, I don't really understand any of the words they're saying. Because it's like my first listen.
It's hard to hear it.
And it's I don't know what's going on. Then I re-listen to it and I'm like, okay,
I feel
that song's amazing.
I went to see Wiz Khalifa and A$AP Rocky once. One of the openers was Joey Badass.
Ooh.
Did not pay him any time of day, and I'm mad about it because he's one of my favorite artists now.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, no one gives love to the openers and stuff.
That's how I was. The band They. I went to a festival. And like I knew who they were. I was waiting on A Boogie with the hoodie come out, and they were on stage already. So I was like, okay, whatever.
And was it you that pointed out Jessie Reyes?
Yes.
Her song with them is so good.
Song.
Yeah, that's a good song.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as a live performance goes, it's kind of in the same way how Evan wasn't done justice on his song. When you can't really hear, and it's. I'm not saying anything about your guys' equipment, anything about Be Here Now. It's more of like in a loud environment where the audio that you guys publish, it won't always be heard the same way in a live performance. And so I feel like the true song is what you guys recorded and you guys remastered it, perfected it, made it to where what it is. I think it's better to hear that first. And then once you know the song, like you already know the lyrics and the sound in your head, and then experience it in person is kind of the way to go about it.
Oh yeah, that's what I would recommend.
Yeah,
because on Friday when we did the live show, there were a whole bunch of songs where we did things a little bit differently.
Yeah,
jazz it up you know, like you've heard the album. And if you haven't, well, then you're going to hear this, and then hear something a little bit different. So it's
like with Egyptian Cotton, how we added the country thing to the end.
I actually like that a lot, yeah.
Also, it's really cool, though.
Also, just the fact that we have a drummer now. Like, because this whole album is... We went on Logic, because that's what we make the music on, and we were like, let's put Anders in, because that's our... the drummer we use all the time.
It's all automated drums. Like, it's already programmed in.
Yeah.
We just changed it up to make the beat.
Sure.
But having a drummer play these songs
makes
and
it more
his
live.
style, his style is so unique too, so it really changed the songs live.
To echo that, Walt, let me tell you how, if you were a fan of Kitty Kondo, let's say you listen to this album 10 times, right? You know all the songs by heart. If you were to go to their first performance and see, what's his name, Ian? If you were to see Ian live, bro, I swear to God, Ian literally stole, I swear to God, I wasn't even, because I was tired. And when I'm tired, I'm kind of and I'm in a very zoned out phase. The minute Ian has his solo, and the buddy, he took his shirt off and he started.
He was ready.
Bro, he was going at it. I was like, yo.
He came up to me after the show and he's like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
He's a talented guy.
You guys got a legendary drummer, let me tell you.
We know
at least in the making.
He kept telling me before. Yeah, he kept telling me before he went on, because Our Way of Life just performed, and Reagan is a kick-ass drummer, and he was like, how am I going to follow that? How am I going to follow that? Well, and then he does that, and I'm like, what do you mean? How are you going to follow that? You killed it.
Well, and on top of that, so she had to rush from Indy to get to the show. Her boss kept her longer than she needed to be, and she was like, yeah, so I had to rush here. I couldn't bring my drums. So Ian was nice enough to set up his drums. And when he brought up that, she's using my drums, on top of that, she's doing much better than I am.
Is she black?
Yeah. Yes.
I know Reagan.
Reagan is
she's nice.
She is inspired.
She's super
she's dope. Hell yeah. I wanted to ask, how did you guys come up with your name, your band name?
Look, we tossed around some ideas. I think one of them was
Paper Geode.
Yeah, Paper Geode. We said the name of the apartment that we record at. 822.
That's your label or something like that down there at the bottom?
Yeah.
I saw that, yeah.
So, Is it Lainey? Was it Bevy's girlfriend?
Yeah, she made my cat Pearl a like kitty condo, and had said like Pearl's kitty condo. We were just sitting around,
and I was just like, "That's a cool name."
And it has like a ring to it. So.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
It's alliterative. It's catchy. I fuck with it.
That name.
So you're not fucking with Canine Doghouse. You don't like.
Look, we have a whole list of other names that have something to do with like penthouse penguins.
All right.
Cabana capybaras. We have pool pups.
We used to joke these around. We're gonna come out on stage once and just be like, "What's up, guys? How you doing?" We're all and just say one of those names.
But we definitely have a few alternative reality bands.
Oh wow.
Whether that happens or not, we don't know.
But maybe we'll do something with it.
It's still in our minds.
Ideas.
So you guys weren't fucking with Anaconda Airbnb. That was not.
Okay, we got another one for the list.
We are now. I mean, like.
When did you guys form? Like, you might have said that already. I might have missed that.
I would say right before COVID hit.
COVID. So I was going to ask you. I was like,
it was quarantine.
I was going to ask you, did COVID guys affect your process at all?
That was my question too.
Did it affect anything?
I actually think it helped us a lot.
It really helped us because it kept us just like
in the house
inside.
and focused.
Kept us inside. We just focused on writing music.
Yep.
Well, and so our EP is called The Quarantini, so you can tell it's a little bit inspired by the quarantine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It kind of kept us together, and making music is like, well, there's nothing else to do.
Yeah,
We can't
exactly.
go out, so let's stay in and make music.
I think like half of us were on unemployment for the time, so it's just like, what else we got?
Oh yeah,
Let's
you
let
had a lot of free
us
time.
beat-ups
Yeah.
grinding because we're essential.
Fucking
Still getting paid, not that great.
We're gonna get a beat up a little bit.
I worked at a grocery store. I know how you feel, man. Essential worker.
And I can relate to you guys as far as if you are a creative individual, if you're a creative group of friends, and you guys didn't take advantage of the time to use COVID and quarantine to bring something together and put thoughts to actual physical existence, you wasted your time.
Yeah.
Because I literally remember when I literally told these two right here. I was like, hey, it's quarantine. Podcasts are doing better. I feel like at this point we have a pretty decent, it was like dozen or 20 people listening monthly, and I was like, let's do YouTube at that point. Let's just do YouTube, see where it goes. Cause I told the story before, where like I just showed them funny videos, or we try to do certain things. It was easier to kind of come up with ideas for like skits and stuff like that. But it was just at the end of the day, reaction videos are just quicker to at least lead people to like us for
so
us.
Weird too.
YouTube is super fucking weird, but at least people like us for us.
I watch reaction videos all the fucking time.
And like, I was like, who the fuck is watching this shit?
Like, I don't know why I like it.
Yeah.
I just sit there. I'm like, you know what? I react like that too.
I mean, you ever done the deep dive on YouTube? You start one video and then like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
It's like,
You're all like,
what am I watching?
Still
now?
beams.
Where have I gone?
Jeff, you can't no still beam shit
I'm in
like
the dark
shit
side
like
of
that.
YouTube now.
Oh yeah, man. It
gets bad.
It's crazy in how like when you really, as a collective, you put your all into something, you'd be astonished in how quickly you grow, and it's random. Which is why I told you guys before, like definitely do the TikTok shit. I know it's super fucking weird, but it takes one video to hit the algorithm. After that, people are like, "Oh, that's 20,000 followers," and then after that, just build from there.
Yeah, I know tons of people like you guys, and then I know some other friends of mine that are just like low-key TikTok famous.
Yeah.
Because they just post out like one video and it's just like, oh, yep, nope, there it goes.
Even just like posting your music, like
yeah.
the sound, they can make it a sound now too, and like that goes viral. There's so many things you do on TikTok, and it's so weird how it works.
Find the most hilarious lyric or verse and just make it a sound.
Just make a dance to it or something.
Like my name is Glenn.
Yeah. That EP though.
Anything from San Andreas.
Oh, before I forget, I feel so bad. All right, we mentioned Ian. We do have to mention Bevy. Got to give Bevy some credit. How long has Bevy been doing bass?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
He's probably back. He played back in high school a little bit. I want to say, but
he plays guitar too.
Yeah,
he's good at that as well.
Where do you guys play at? One of you guys' houses? Do you just meet up?
Yeah,
we play and we recorded this album in our apartment. We didn't go to a studio.
Evan's bedroom.
Oh, really?
We just we
use like
soundproofing stuff up. And we just
nice.
So
I mean, we're definitely
I'm very surprised at how good it sounds.
Oh, it sounds amazing.
It sounds professional.
It sounds amazing.
People come up to us and they're all like, you recorded that not in a studio? Like what? And I was like, yeah.
And that's why like it threw me off at first because like I knew what your original logo looked like, but when I got to what was it, Fabulosa?
Fabulous Morris.
Fabulous Morris.
Yeah.
All right, Fabulous Morris. I got to that. I'm like, did I get the wrong band? I'm like, this doesn't sound like a local band.
Their artwork is fire too.
We got it hot.
I want to shout out. Sorry, another shout out.
Go ahead.
But the guy who did that album artwork.
Mark Ross.
Cause it's fire, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
We got like a painter for. What was Mark?
His name's Mark. Mark Rossander, I think is his last name. But he does. There's a local brewery called The Guardian.
Yeah,
it's on
yeah,
Mad
yeah.
Jacks. He
I know
does a
what
lot
that
of
is.
art for The Guardian, and that's how we found him.
If you're ever chilling in there and you just look at the wall and it's got a bunch of pieces, all from him.
Wow.
All amazing.
Yeah, that's dope. I
Like
like that.
you've bought a couple pieces just from him
But
anyways.
we asked him if he wanted to do an album cover for us, so he made that specifically for this.
Do you guys have a title for the album already when we came to
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I think
it's
Probably.
Because we were messing around with a few.
How'd that come
A little
about?
secret.
How'd that come about too? Yeah,
Do you want to know what Fabulous Morris?
it's Latin. I know it's Latin. It's something. It's something love.
Yeah, love story.
Love story.
Nice.
Because
Which adds an element
Yeah.
to
When-
the picture once you look at it.
Yeah.
Once you know what that means, you
And
know,
the-
like
And the album comes
Yeah.
together with that.
Yeah,
title,
definitely.
too.
The
And the way
lyrics-
we kind
lyrics
of
have
put
it.
like ordered the album together kind of reflects the title, like
Mhm.
just to us really. But I mean, anyone can take it how they want. But
we had like a secret concept to it as well. Just a secret one.
Yeah.
So, how did the album title come about? Like, you guys say we call it love story. You're like, maybe put it in Latin.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think-
with it. I think
it was. Yeah, I think it was me.
we were
I think it's
thinking.
Bevy and
We were
I.
thinking Latin, and we're just in.
Well, originally, before even the love story thing, we were thinking about calling it the title track,
yeah,
The
what
Good
we-
Life.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we were probably Good Life, and then
Fire.
I think
Yeah.
Bevy and I were just kicking around like Latin phrases,
Mm.
and I was just like, well, because I think we had developed kind of a story for it a little bit at that point, and I was all like, it is kind of like a love story in a way,
Yeah.
the way that we were thinking of it. So let me just look up what love story is in Latin and
Yeah.
see if that sounds cool, and it did.
It is. It sounds very cool.
It's beautiful.
I like it.
I will say that it's hilarious how like the theme of the album is love story, but you had like 2 or 3 one night stand songs.
Oh, yeah.
all throughout.
What was that song?
I do want to point
See,
out.
that's the darker half.
You were-
of the
you were
album.
like-
It's that's like the sexy.
Yeah, you were like
half.
no strings attached. Let's just have
Was
sex.
it,
I'm like,
was it so bad? What's the song? He's
Yeah,
talking about
oh,
fucking
so
your friends.
My mom's favorite song. She hates that song.
I do want to point out, ironically, the same day we dropped that album, Taylor Swift re-released her
Fearless
Love
album.
Story.
Love Story.
Or she re-released Love Story.
Oh, okay.
Coincidence?
Yeah.
I think not. She totally heard this.
So I gotta hop on that train.
That's dope.
and speaking of artwork, who designed the original Kitty Kondo logo?
it was Tyler, right?
Wasn't
Well,
it?
I drew it and then you redid it on the computer.
Yes, I think he
Okay,
drew
okay.
it, and then yeah, he did like a
Because I did the
rough
quarantine
sketch of
too.
it, and then I was like, let me just
The 14.
dick around with this.
Not the quarantine. It's a K.
Yeah,
There's
like
2
the
Ks
actual-
facing away from
It's
each
on
other.
the courier thing. It's like in the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
Scroll down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I
It's
see.
just
I
like
see
right
it down
there in the
there.
bottom
Yeah,
left
there you
corner.
go.
That's
in the,
cool.
in the green.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
That is
Which
dope.
we're thinking about changing the logo, but at the same time, we're gonna kind of keep similar things to that as well.
We're gonna keep the essence. Of
Yeah, keep
that
the essence
logo.
of the design, but
We got some cool things in the work. We've met after we played this first show, and even right before it, we started making a lot of connections with people.
We've
And
made
Definitely, man.
crazy
Yeah.
connections. It's absurd.
You got any more questions?
Yeah, I wanted to. How do you work through your creative differences? Like, I'm sure you guys all have like ideas.
Violent
Like,
yelling.
how do you bring it together?
Still cage match.
Fist fights, get in a cage match.
like, whoever wins, that we're going with their idea.
Hit him with the chair. Like,
I know, like, just with like Evan and I's dynamic, like, I'll kind of go a little crazy sometimes with like adding a bunch of shit in because I like to layer a bunch of stuff and just mess around with sounds. But he'll kind of like ground me
Yeah,
and be like, "No, maybe you shouldn't put that in there." And I'm like,
he
"Yeah,
does like to
okay."
stack things on.
I'm
He's
doing
like-
a lot.
He's like, let's have a symphony orchestra.
I will admit, we kind of split up into teams. So we kind of
Okay.
have like the instrumental side, which we're slowly working on getting us all completely involved in everything. But me and Tyler kind of split off for lyrics and
Lyrics.
stuff, and we just kind of bounce back and forth. And we're like, okay, I don't know if we need to say that. We'll try something else. And we'll be like, okay, that actually works. Cool.
So far, that seems very efficient because you guys both. I mean, because of course, two heads better than one, and of course, if you guys are compartmentalizing who works on what the same way you guys have somebody help you guys organize and do social media. I feel like if you have one or two people, 2 or 3 people working on different fractions of the project, just goes by a whole lot faster.
Oh yeah,
Right.
we're running a business.
So, who do you guys have to review the sneak previews of your finished rough draft, or your rough draft, your finished product outside the group?
It's mainly girlfriends
Shit.
and
All right,
and just friends.
I knew there was gonna be an answer. I'm like, oh, you guys can't. When is your girlfriend ever like no? How often your girlfriend's like no? I hate
Some of us.
Does that happen? Does that happen? Yeah, I mean, if they're honest about it,
There are some times where they're like, no.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Another thing too, back to B-dubs, is that sometimes
You want that,
we
though, I
would
think.
play it over the speakers there at B-dubs, like for the cooks. They
Just-
would get
Yeah,
the
we're still
taste
playing
of
it
it.
at work.
You just do it like without telling
His
them?
coworkers, they
they're
were
like,
always
hey,
down
yeah.
to
fuck
support
with
too.
that.
So
Like, oh
listen.
yeah.
That's
It's
smart.
funny as hell, like guinea pigs.
It's like, yo, what the fuck is this?
This song sucks. All right, take that.
What-
all right, thank you.
All right.
Who is this band? We don't know.
Like, yeah.
Mysterious
I
music
don't know.
artist,
right?
It's the radio, I think.
jeez.
Like, yeah, what is this?
I know.
I'm skipping it right
They'll
now.
go from listening to Lil Baby to, I don't know, whatever we threw on. And they're like, okay, I don't remember queuing this.
So-
Long drive?
Fuck is on the aux?
I don't want to. I want you guys to say too much, but I want to know like what's next for you guys. You got an album come out in February. You have any more plans this year? I know you have a performance coming up in June. you
Yeah, we
think?
have a performance at Be Here Now again on June 25th. And then we are trying to get some more shows throughout the summer.
To go off the June 25th, we have 2 bands coming with us. Our Way of Life will be back with us again. The first band has been changed to Leisure Hour. They're a pretty good local band as well. Definitely check them out.
Nice.
Our Way of Life, though, I mean, we're all homies, and we plan to work with them more. We have a couple ideas kind of
Nice.
cooking with them too. So
Still waiting on that merch.
Yeah,
coming
that's
soon.
in the works
That's
as
the
well.
big one.
We're gonna
That's
have.
a thing.
one of the connections
lined
we
up.
got, kind of.
Can't
so.
tell how sad I was. I walked up to the girl at the booth at Be Here Now. She's like, "Oh, they don't have any merch." I was like, "For real?"
I know. Literally,
Yeah,
they
we
were
just
showing
had
stuff, and I
CDs.
was like, we should have brought merch. That'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Well, we were just kind of running out of time.
A plain white
Our
tee.
first show. We're
A
like,
plain white tee that says Kitty Kondo. So you need it.
We
In
are the
Sharpie.
merch. We were just selling our music to them. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
all we could do.
I had. Okay, this has reminded me. After the show, my mom was there and she bought a CD, and
Aw.
she came up to me.
She asked
She's
for
like,
autograph?
"Huh, can you sign this? Can you autograph it?" Eli was there for this. I pulled out a marker. It was a dry erase marker, and I just started writing on it, not thinking. And then he's all like, "Are you writing on that with a dry erase marker?" I'm like. So that was kind of a fail.
I remember you came over, showed me, and I was like,
That's your
Right through it.
and I was like, "Thanks, I worked hard on that." So sure.
We also have a EP that we plan to release this summer. Plan to.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, some
and
music.
then another album in the works. We got a lot of ideas for
Okay.
it. So.
That's nice, man.
I'm looking
I got-
forward. I'm looking
The
forward to
album
it.
probably will be a next year thing. I
we
feel
go
like
late
that's-
this year, but probably
yeah.
next year because we don't want to rush it too
Yeah,
soon.
that's
we really
understandable.
want to take time.
Yeah, we're gonna take our time with this.
I want to challenge you guys to make a song titled "Honey Barbecue and Ranch." If you can make a song, if you guys can make,
Very
it'd be
easy.
hilarious.
Too dry.
If you guys made a song dedicated to serving,
Can I get a respin?
Can I
not
get
good
a
enough.
respin?
Because then people will be like, "Let's respin this track. Let's go."
Let's hit it one more time.
I kind of like that. All right, dedicated to you, our next single.
so on a personal level, what made you guys what made you guys get into the service industry? Just moving towards more restaurant type job talk.
Personalized.
More personalized, man. We don't know the artist, but what's the person behind the artist? How's it go? Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So what made you guys get into the restaurant industry, and what made you guys get out outside of Evan graduating, or you guys moving on to something else?
For me, so I intended to go to college. I had spent a few years in factories, and I was just kind of content with that life. I realized I was feeling pretty miserable, though. I was working so many hours. I was very overworked, and I had a lot of money to work with, but I didn't have time to spend it. It's like,
What's the
I
point?
lost my social life,
Yeah.
lost it all. I'm like, you know what? Start college. Started that, left the factory, and I went to Muncie, just moved there. Took a month to myself, and I started applying. Then 2 days of me applying, I get a call from B-Dubs. Hey, we have an open interview. I'm like, all right.
Sure.
That's how that happened for me.
Say
Wow.
less. I got
You were a cashier, expo ever.
But I definitely needed something more flexible because I was with school. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm kind of sure that's probably what a lot of us were thinking, which is flexibility wise.
Yeah.
Tyler, what about you, man? Because I know you were one of the top servers at B-Dubs.
That was my first serving job.
Was it really?
Yeah. but like, because before I worked at like Arby's.
We have the meats
in like Ohio. Yeah.
Fun fact: Arby's technically owns B-Dubs.
They do.
So
That's
how they stay open.
I stayed in the company.
That's how they stay open. No, they own B-Dubs.
They really do have the meats.
They got all of it. They got chicken too. I didn't know they had chicken.
All the meats.
Damn.
Every single thing. God. Arby's has this sandwich called a meat mountain.
I saw it. It's terrible.
All of the meats.
Terrible.
I don't know why people eat it.
That's a hard take.
It's chicken, like roast beef. There's like 5 different types of cheese on there. There's like a small squirt of mayonnaise.
I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who's ever ate that before.
That is the driest sandwich I've ever seen.
I don't want to know anybody who.
Hey Tyler, thank you for our next YouTube idea. Appreciate it, man. We're doing it. We're doing it. We're all eating it. We're all eating it together.
You're doing mukbang.
I'm not eating. Bro, I'm not eating nothing called the meat mountain.
Shit called the meat mountain. The meat what? No, nothing. No.
Hey man, you gotta climb that mountain to meet. All right, we gotta get on it together.
You don't know horse, you better ride it.
Sounds like something you can save for the OnlyFans.
There you go.
It's your name on OnlyFans, Meat Mountain.
Hey man, we're gonna climb the meat mountain, and we're gonna go down on the glizzy go kart. How about this?
All right.
Brandon, what got you into the restaurant scene? Man?
I needed a job
Yup.
in sophomore year of
Exactly.
college, and they were the first place that accepted me. So I'm like, what could happen?
Yup.
Yeah. Until you realize, this place hires people very quickly.
Yes.
The turnover rate there.
Yeah. No, that's really it. I hadn't worked in the food service ever.
Mhm.
I'd worked a bunch of other different jobs, but
I got you.
that's about
He
it.
was a professional assassin.
Same as
for a little
Brandon.
bit.
Same.
They were the first. I also worked at McAllister's during the same time, so I was on 2 jobs back and forth.
And I was talking him in forever to leading McAllister's, like, come be a part of the team for good.
Come join us and help.
I was
Hey,
there longer
boys.
than all of us.
Yeah.
So going from left to right, what is your best experience at Beto?
Oh God.
What is your best experience at Beto's? What's your worst experience at Beto's? If you can say, who wants to go? I mean, you want to go left or right? Who wants to go first?
Nothing illegal.
I don't even know.
This is funny for me.
I like the question. That's a good question.
Worst experience at B-Dubs. I'll start with that.
Yeah.
Being at B-Dubs.
Shit.
You have
Well,
a
yeah,
story,
B-Dubs.
Tyler.
Holy shit, I have a story.
Great. Yeah.
Holy shit, I have
Let's
a
get it.
Okay, you know Cyrus.
Yep.
He was there this night.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh wait, what were you talking about?
I was thinking of the guy that ran off on us.
Yeah.
Holy shit, there's another one. We'll go with that one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just tell 2 small ones.
Yeah.
So there was just this guy who was just being a straight up dick. Also, he looked like a straight up penis head. All right, bald. He just like his head was shaped like a dick. I didn't say that. My manager told me that after he'd left, and I was like, God, you're right. So he like him and his buddies were just trashed, and I was all like, I feel like I should cut them off. Otherwise, they're just gonna go out into the world and get into an accident, and then I could lose my job. I don't want to do that. So I was like, I went and even got my manager. I was like, look, these guys are gonna be dicks. I can already feel it. Come with me so I can tell them, so I can cut them off. I go out there, cut them off. The guy with the penis head just like starts screaming at me. He's like, no, this is bullshit. I was gonna give you such a nice tip. You know what? Like he had already wrote a tip, and then he had taken it back because he's all like, I want more alcohol. And I was like, sir, you've already cashed out. I'm not gonna yada yada. He erased the tip. Like he like scribbled it out, and I was like, that's the pettiest shit I've ever seen. Luckily, they still drunkenly forgot cash on the table, so I was like, all right.
Dumbass.
But he said some very homophobic and maybe racist terms exiting the building to Cyrus.
Wow.
And I was like, Cyrus was ready to fight him, and I was like,
I'm sure.
yeah, Cyrus. He's like, okay, what's up? I'm 7 foot tall. Who gives a shit?
He easily could have taken that guy.
He definitely could.
Oh, no one needs to come to Cyrus that way. Cyrus, man, he's
Cyrus,
He has reach.
Angel. He is an angel, and but like, if you get in a fight with him, he would knock you out immediately.
Yeah.
But the other story, I guess I'm just gonna tell bad stories. Y'all can tell some good stories. The other story, it was like I had just gotten to my shift. Chris was there, and it was like one of my first tables. I just cashed. I was like, here's your guys' bills. Just get that whenever you can. Here's your checks. Get that whenever you can. I go back. Literally, I turn around to go back to the system,
POS.
the POS, to just like, I think I had another table when I was helping them or whatever.
You called me over.
Like immediately. Oh yeah, I called you over. I was like, hey, can you watch them? Because they're sketchy as fuck, and I don't trust them. Like they were just being real sus.
You turned back to the POS
immediately
after you told me. I was like,
they're going. You're all like, that table? I'm like, yeah, that table.
Yeah, they're going right now.
So the ones leaving, yeah.
So we started chasing them. Like towards the exit, they like bolted outside. He ran outside.
Oh shit!
I was like, you're dedicated. You're in this.
I'm like, fuck it.
So they drive off. Chris gets their plates. We write it down.
And
they had forgotten their phone there.
Oh.
So they had to come back.
Dumbass.
And I was like, sweet justice.
How you guys doing?
I'm like, hey, fuck it. Lost my phone. Hey, I need a new one.
They came back in.
For that phone.
They came back in, and
disregarding the fact that they did not pay, they were just worried about the phone.
They were just like, hey, because I think they'd called the store. They'd called the store. And we're like, da. And I was just like, you guys
just put it outside. Put it outside. I come get it.
You were the worst criminals I've ever seen. So they come back in to get the phone and to pay their tab. And they're all like, can I get my phone back? And I was like, not thinking. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll just give him the phone back. And then Chris stops me. He's like, no. Money up front. Damn,
you guys paying your bill today.
I've ever heard.
They're paying their bill today.
That was insane. I stopped and I was like,
I was literally about to get decked in the face. And I'm like, please do it, because guess what? You're gonna just cop charges. You're gonna make this even worse for yourself.
Yep.
I will take that shot.
So
you just pay your bill.
So they got the money. I cashed them out, did all that stuff. Got their phone back to them. Left me a $20 tip. So
you know what the man said? The man says, sorry guys, we left the wrong stack on the table.
We left the wrong bills on the table. They left $3.
That's all they left.
$60 bill.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, no, you didn't misplace the wrong bills.
There's no wrong stack on that. A $60 stack is much fatter than a $3 stack. And on the way, as I'm sitting there, he's just hyping me up. He's like, yo, he's thinking I'm a server. And I'm just like, yo, I'm going to tip you so what? You don't even know, bro. And I'm like, I don't like how the fuck you're talking right now. This is not good. Not good time.
And on that day, Chris received, for your hard effort, you received no raise, no promotion, no bonus. Nothing.
I would have took a shot for them.
Give him a part of the tip they gave me. I was like, thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
You didn't give me a part of the tip.
I know. Afterwards, I was like, maybe I should have.
You can't even get just a tip.
I bought you food before.
Now, Brandon, you're the most silent, cool cat I've ever met. In a restaurant ever. Swear to God. And like you I don't know what goes on in your head mentally, but your face never shows it, but you just deal with all the fucking shit, right? And so I know for a fact you've seen some bullshit happen at that job that just had you raging.
So, okay, I could talk about customers all day, but hey James. But so the worst thing that happened was when COVID hit, and all the companies were like, we can only have 2 people working, and it was just me and Chris on a Thursday, which is half price boneless.
Yeah.
And we had 2 cooks.
That's like the way.
And we were closed except for takeout. And so we were expecting just nothing.
And doubled that day too. I was opening. I doubled. And I was like, I hope I get to leave kind of early.
And so what happened was we got a million orders, and we had a line from the front door wrapped around.
We were so unprepared for that. Yes, and dude. This was literally the first day we really did this, and we just had lines and lines, and we're like, how are we doing this? Because they cannot come in the door. We have no way to just separate people's orders. We're like, all right.
We only had 2 warmers.
I had to cook up a plan. I was like, all right, look, we got DoorDash, and we have we have DoorDash over here at this door where the patio kind of starts, and we're just gonna do regular takeout right here. And I just kind of set that up. I'm like, Adam, listen, this is what's happening. I'm rolling with it today. And he's like, all right, let's do it.
Dude, you get PTSD over here. You're freaking
I I forgot how bad that day was. I forgot.
It was terrible.
That sounds horrible.
And all we did
I
was
could never
get
work in
shit
food
for
service
it
again.
from all the customers.
I bet.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, what do you
Oh
expect?
yeah, they're always. Yeah.
Oh, you got shipping people that can't go home and cook themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
No,
fair,
it's
people
so
waited
bad.
a long
It
time
happens.
because we had a bad system. We had like a table. We had all these bags. Just
Oh,
we're like,
Literally the
all right,
first
we
day.
need Brandon. Where's Brandon? Oh, that's the wrong last name. Brandon. And we had another table over there. We're
Yeah.
like, oh, now we gotta go check that table. And it's like, you guys, one, shame on B-dubs. I'm sorry, but y'all, they should have thought of that a little bit sooner than just opening
threw
it up
it
today on a
out.
Thursday. Like,
Yeah.
we're just gonna wing it because that's what we do here at B-dubs.
Wing it.
Shit.
That was
Why
the
did you
day.
say that?
That was the day that I was like,
It's
this
the
is
spokesperson.
what they're putting me through. Why am I trying so hard?
You're, Brandon, you're
job.
literally putting more effort in than what the wage that you were given. I swear to God.
that was the day
Yeah.
I
That's the
gave
day
up.
we realized we were like, all right, we need our out.
Yeah.
Evan, you got one for us?
I don't have any crazy stories like that. Maybe that's why I stayed there so long.
He's like, what are you talking about?
He was enjoying
Like, he's like, that happened to you?
Rainbow.
When that happened?
I was just chilling at home while you guys were
Great job.
Cotton candy.
The man says, I get meditation out of pouring ranch. Open up on the morning.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
therapeutic
Yeah,
thing.
he only
I
worked
don't
mornings. He did not work nights. You did not work nights.
Yeah, you mainly worked mornings. That's probably
Mornings
why.
are great.
I would
Well-
beg you to stay on a Friday night because I'm going to be alone.
B-dubs in the morning.
Mornings at B-Dubs probably fire. Yeah,
You'd
it's
be
easy work.
surprised.
11 to
So many
right
people.
before dinner time.
Low shifts were always slow for me when I worked there, dude. I barely made 40 bucks, if that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when COVID happened, apparently everyone's like, well, I can't cook.
Well, I can't fucking serve myself food. So Evan, if you have no negative stories, you have anything positive, like anything you really got out of B-Dubs?
Yeah, we told all
The
negative
only-
stories. Bring out
The job itself sucked. It's stressful. I hated it. But the relationships you build with coworkers is
Yeah.
the absolute best. Like,
Yeah.
meeting you, all you guys.
Oh,
is-
Like, this is one of the positives.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
have a
that's
band
true.
out of it.
Kitty
That's dope,
fucking
yeah.
Kondo.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
We got this interview because we knew Eli.
Yup.
So,
Boom.
But, like,
dubs.
all things positive that happened there, this probably had to be the most positive.
Meet everybody.
We've met some genuine people there. Like,
Mhm.
there's quite a few people I've just had conversations with. It's like, you do not suck as a lot of other people that come in here do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
All right,
guys,
good. I know I
thank
was
you
a-
so much. We
I
can
know I was an asshole. Oh, I can't tell my story. Oh, I know. How long are we getting into it?
Do you still want that application
It's an
to be
hour.
dubs?
No.
It's
I'll
like,
try to-
please, God.
I was gonna say we sit here ask you guys questions all day long. Like this has been amazing stories.
Yeah.
Like just how you started out the band, how you started B Dubs. But Kitty Kondo, you guys have been amazing.
Yeah,
Listen.
man.
Yeah. Hey,
And-
great
and-
album.
And they're gonna stick around and
Yeah.
answer some topics for us too.
Oh, I can't tell my story. I just want to mention real fast, if I can say this.
You're part of it.
It's really no
there.
story, but let me fucking tell you. It's my worst experience at B-Dubs is when somebody calls out on a Thursday, bro. Anytime somebody calls out on a Thursday, we're short staffed,
Oh.
or the kitchen guys just
We were
screw around.
normally short-staffed on
Dude.
Thursdays.
Like, okay, I won't say negative about somebody, but I'll say a positive. Anytime John is there, we're good. Like, anytime John is
Yeah.
there or Xavier's there, I'm like, all right, we at least they'll take control. They'll have the reins on it. Anytime the cook back there, whose name starts with a D, and he's fucking around too much.
He's always fucking around.
Fucking around too much, and we're
I'm gonna
busy.
say there's a couple cooks there with the name D that fit that profile.
Fit that profile.
Yeah.
We don't say anything,
Honestly.
Are you guys still at B Dubs?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's why we're telling this
but
story.
exactly. But no, it's just so for me, having a big section or parties or groups of teenagers is the worst experience on a cheap night, right? Because you're getting like $5 tips total for for people with orders of $70, $80 for the party. And then of course I'm always nice to the bartenders. Bartenders will kick their ass to get drinks out in a heartbeat. Appreciate that. Depending on what manager is on Expo or helping out, we'll get helping those guys. Hosts, cashiers, you guys always bust ass. Things always turn sour for me. I was usually a closer. Things turn sour depending on who the closing shift people are. And shout out to Melissa. I love Melissa. She's always been super sweet to me, always been super nice. There's one girl who is God
Okay.
that we all know. And I was gonna get into this, I ain't saying her name. But for some reason, I don't know why, she would be the biggest fucking Nazi when it came to sweeping floors. I hate my biggest trauma is sweeping a carpet floor with a shitty broom and a broken Bissell. I swear to God, like
Dumbest idea to ever have.
ever had.
Yeah, why
I
is
never
that a
wanted it
thing?
back.
Why do we need?
Also, but like I feel like the whole reason she was very anal about it was because I feel like she opened the next morning.
True, that would happen.
That would happen, and I got that.
I was like, I get that,
dude. But it was. I swear, it was always just me. It was always just me because Cyrus never got it. I feel like anybody else who worked a certain section never got as much like active
Cyrus
aggression.
Was always trying to leave so early.
Oh, of course, he always was.
He walks in, he's all like, "Oh, you don't need anybody? Well, I don't need to make money. Goodbye."
See you. But no, man. Just for the fact when I had a closer that made me vacuum and Bissell and sweep the same area 3 or 4 times over, and then take out the trash for the section. Really, just do more of the back work, closing work. I was like, why am I here? The money I have is not even good. I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, and that was just to go through a busy night and have that happen. The worst. That's just my bad experience with B-dubs. You know what I mean? But we can get into the other topics. I just want to mention that, guys. I'm traumatized from that.
Well, you guys stick around with some topics for us. Run through this stuff right quick. Nothing too bad.
Yeah.